Hey fellow open world gamers, this is Ryan with Open World Games, joined with my brother Robbie.
What's up everyone?
And we're taking a look at one of my personal most anticipated games of this year, The Crew.
Oh yeah, this is an open world racer from Ubisoft, and we have a brand new interview for you guys. In this interview, the creative director goes on to discuss things like the world size, single player, multiplayer, everything you guys want to know.
And in this trailer, you're going to see all kinds of awesome locations, like the desert, forests, you name it, The Crew has it. That's what I'm very excited about in this game. It has such a large variety, tons of different locations, tons of vehicles, basically the entire United States.
And don't forget, there is a Crew beta coming to the PS4 and Xbox One late September, so guys, you can look forward to coverage of that right here on Open World Games. So subscribe if you are wanting more open world gaming goodness. And by the way, this game will be out November 11th, so look forward to it.
Thanks guys for watching, and enjoy The Crew trailer.
Peggy 12.
What drove Ubisoft to create a driving game? Is it more arcade or simulation?
So, Ubisoft decided to invest in Ivory Tower and in The Crew because it was such an inspiring vision of a shared world where driving was king. And that was really the motor behind the decision to create this driving game. And is the handling more arcade or simulation? It's definitely more arcade because we're an action driving game. But if you turn off all the driving assists, then you have a much more technical driving experience.
Next question from Geek V10. How big is the world?
How big is the world? The world is really big. I mean, recreating the entire USA is a very, very big endeavor too. But it's less about the size, more about the variety. Because we've got things that happen in cities, in marshes, in the countryside, different things like that. And that's what really stands out. But if you want some boring numbers, I think Jerome, our marketing intern, was saying that we had 6,000 square kilometers worth of surface and 6,000 kilometers of road. So it's pretty big.
Next question from Marius L999. Is The Crew only multiplayer?
Is The Crew only multiplayer? Yes, it's only multiplayer. You'll need a multiplayer, an online connection to play this game, just like any other MMO experience that you have on the market. This said, if you want to play the game as a solo experience, you can do that. So every single mission and race in the game, you can play by yourself. So we're not forcing you to play with others, but you will need an online connection.
Okay, next one from Switch 1. Will The Crew have dynamic weather like snow and thunderstorms?
So The Crew has weather, but it's not dynamic. It doesn't shift in real time in the area that you're in. What happens is that certain areas of the map have certain weather conditions. So there is a snowy part, there's a dusty part, there are things like that, but no dynamic weather, I'm sorry.
Next question from Vestless. When you get from one state to another in The Crew, does the game have to load?
There is no loading in this game. You can drive seamlessly from coast to coast without a single second of loading. The only loading that you'll ever see is when you launch a mission, and there'll be a little cinematic explaining what sort of mission it's going to be.
Next question from Azat Ahmad Galif. What's the name of the game engine?
The name of the game engine is Babel, and it's a proprietary engine from Ivory Tower.
Next question from Nova281. Will DLCs be added to the map to add more cities, landmarks?
The DLC strategy that we have is to deliver free content with missions and races and things like that, but we won't be adding new geometry. I don't think that's necessary. It's more of the idea of how can we get even more out of the incredible playground that we have of the USA.
Is there a story in The Crew and how The Crew differentiates itself from other racing games?
That's a great question. It's actually two questions. One, is there a story in The Crew? Yes, there is a story in The Crew. It's the structure of the game. It's something that will take you on a road trip from Detroit around the map. So it's something that I think is necessary to bring some sort of glue to the experience. And how is The Crew different from every other driving game? What, apart from the whole of the US customizations that let you drive on the road, off-road, on circuits, different things like that, and a shared multiplayer world. There's so many other things that we do very differently from everybody else.
Next question from Dunadela. What was the other thing to do in this game?
What was the hardest thing to do in this game? I think there are two things. One is recreating this world and the variety and the tools that the team had to build to be able to create that. And the second is really the online features and implementing those online features in a very discreet way. So those are the two biggest challenges.
This question from Toon all the way. How long will it take to do a full lap around the whole game?
How long will it take to do a full lap? I don't know. Sorry. I know that coast to coast is about 45 minutes in a very fast car, but round the whole of the map, I don't know. I do know that we have a race in the game that goes a little bit everywhere that lasts about 4 hours.
Last question from Disaster Worth 635. Is it true that if I see mountains in the distance, I can drive and then climb them?
So if you see mountains in the distance, you can climb them.
Well, thanks a lot.